Ram was a young man of 25 with a passion for cars. From a young age, he had been fascinated by the way cars worked and the way they made people feel. He knew that he wanted to spend his life building and selling cars, and he set out to make that dream a reality. Ram worked hard, going to school to study engineering and business, and he eventually landed a job at a small car manufacturer in the city. Ram quickly rose through the ranks, impressing his superiors with his intelligence and work ethic. But Ram wasn't content to stay at the same company forever. He wanted to make a name for himself in the car industry, and he knew that he had the skills and knowledge to do it. So when he was 27 years old, he decided to strike out on his own. Ram had saved up some money over the years, and he used it to start his own car repair shop. It was a small, modest place, but Ram poured all of his energy and passion into it. He worked long hours, fixing cars and building relationships with his customers. Over time, Ram's reputation grew. People in the city began to hear about his shop and the quality of his work, and they started to come to him from all over the city. Ram was grateful for the business, but he wasn't satisfied. He knew that he could do more, and he wanted to build his own cars from scratch. So, when he was 30 years old, Ram started to design his own car. He spent countless hours working on the design, tweaking and refining it until it was perfect. Then, he started to build a prototype. It wasn't easy. Ram didn't have a lot of money, so he had to scrounge for parts and work long hours to make everything fit together just right. But he was determined, and eventually, he finished the prototype. Ram's car was a hit. People loved the way it looked and the way it drove, and Ram started to get requests for more cars. He knew that he couldn't build them all by himself, so he started to hire people to help him. At first, it was just a few friends who shared his passion for cars. They worked tirelessly, day and night, to build the best cars they could. They poured their hearts and souls into the company, sacrificing time with their families and pouring all of their money into the business. And it paid off. Ram's cars quickly became one of the most successful car companies in the city. They were known for their high-quality cars and their commitment to customer service. People from all over the city came to buy their cars, and Ram and his team were proud of what they had built. But then, things began to go wrong. Ajay and Ravi, two of Ram's colleagues who had joined the company early on, started to get greedy. They began to cut corners and embezzle money from the company, taking more and more for themselves and leaving less and less for Ram. At first, Ram didn't notice. He trusted Ajay and Ravi completely, and he believed that they would never do anything to harm the company. But eventually, the truth came out. Ram discovered that Ajay and Ravi had been cheating him for years, siphoning off profits and leaving him with next to nothing. Ram was devastated. He had lost everything he had worked so hard to build, and he felt betrayed by the people he had trusted most. But he wasn't ready to give up. He knew that he had the skills and the drive to build another successful company, and he was determined to do it. Ram and feeling completely defeated. He had lost everything he had worked so hard for, and he had no idea where to turn next. He had been left with nothing but debt and a dream. But Ram was not one to give up easily. He spent hours thinking about his next move, and he eventually came up with an idea. He had always been interested in cars, and he realized that there was a gap in the market for a more affordable, reliable car. He began researching and experimenting with different designs, and after months of hard work, he came up with a prototype for a new car. He knew that he would need funding to bring his idea to fruition, so he began pitching it to potential investors. Many investors were skeptical of Ram's idea, but he refused to give up. He continued to refine his prototype and perfect his pitch until he finally found an investor who believed in him. With the funding he needed, Ram established a new company, one that was dedicated to creating affordable, reliable cars for the average person. He hired a team of engineers and designers, and they began working around the clock to bring Ram's vision to life. As the months passed, Ram's company began to grow. People were excited about his new car, and pre-orders began pouring in. Ram knew that he had to get his car into the hands of as many people as possible, so he began establishing partnerships with dealerships and distributors all over the country. The first model of Ram's car was released, and it was an instant success. People loved the affordability and reliability of the vehicle, and Ram's company began to expand even more rapidly. Ram was not content to simply rest on his laurels. However, he knew that he had to continue innovating if he wanted his company to stay ahead of the competition. He continued to work tirelessly, coming up with new designs and features that would make his cars even more appealing to consumers. As his company continued to grow, Ram never forgot the lessons he had learned from his past failures. He remained humble and dedicated, always putting his customers and employees first. He knew that it was only through their support that he had been able to achieve such success. One day, Ram received a call from an old friend, one of the business partners who had cheated him out of everything he had worked for. This friend had fallen on hard times and was struggling to keep his own company afloat. Ram could have easily turned his back on this friend and left him to his own devices. But he knew that he had a chance to do something truly meaningful, to show that forgiveness and redemption were possible even in the cutthroat world of business. Ram used his wealth and resources to buy out his old friend's struggling company and incorporate it into his own. He didn't do it out of a desire for revenge or even for profit. He did it because he believed in the power of second chances and the importance of helping those who had once wronged him. As his company continued to grow and flourish, Ram became a well-known and respected figure in the business world. He was known not only for his innovative ideas and his commitment to quality, but also for his integrity and his willingness to help others. Looking back on his journey, Ram knew that it had not been an easy one. He had faced numerous obstacles and setbacks along the way. But he also knew that it was those challenges that had made him stronger and more resilient. And he was grateful for every one of them. Ram's story is a testament to the power of determination, hard work, and faith in oneself. It is a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, it is possible to rise from the ashes and achieve greatness.